is Mrs. Porter, and we are starting part two of chapter 20. Sorry, I had a little recording issue. I'm trying to figure out where we are. Okay. Can we please change the subject? She says. Rose whispers like a puppy. We look over. She's asleep. I feel Emery breathing deep beside me to calm down. Truce, Jake. We gotta work together here, she says. This isn't about us, it's about them. Then for the first time, she sounds unsure of herself. I was just trying to make a connection with Stutz, she says. It seemed like a good idea. What was he talking about? I asked, trying to play nice again. Just how hard it is to come back home, how boring ordinary life is. So he decided to hold up a first grade classroom for fun? He's scared, Jake. Scared of losing everything. He lost his wife, and now she's trying to take his son away. That's what this is all about. She's trying to get full custody of Patrick. Well, he picked a crappy way to do it. If she didn't have what she needed to take Patrick away before, she's got it now. I think he knows that, and I don't think he ever intended for this to happen. The situation just got out of control before he could stop it. She looks me in the eye. Don't you ever wish you could rewind something you've done that turned out to be much worse than you thought? She asks, but this time she looks more sad than angry. I think for a minute about the best way to answer, and then I just say, yeah. She glances at Stutz. I don't think she stops, like she's trying to figure out what it's like for him. What? I don't think he is complete control of his actions, and that's what scares me. He does things without thinking, like the security guard. Yeah, he just reacted instinctively, she says, and his instinct is to shoot. Jake, if he has post traumatic stress disorder from the things he saw and did in Iraq, then he might really do it. He could really shoot us. Her eyes shine with tears and she turns her head away. I reach over and turn her chin to me. Hey, it's going to be okay, I tell her. Her eyes meet mine and then she drops her head. I actually feel for him, Emery says. God knows what he's been through over there. Listen to you. It's like you're on his side. Why does there have to be a side, Jake? He's on our side, remember? He went over there and fought for us so we didn't have to. And then he flipped out. Are you saying he should get to keep Patrick? Not now, but would it have to come to this if she hadn't tried to take him away? She was afraid of him, aren't you? Yes, but it didn't have to be this way if he'd gotten the support he needed. You know, Jake, we all have problems. His is called a disorder, mine is called a syndrome. But both of us are dealing with the way emotional stress can cause a physical illness. If I hadn't found the right kind of help, I might be as dysfunctional as he is. Don't compare yourself to him, I snap at her. Those two things are nothing alike. It's an extreme viewpoint, I know, but think about it, Jake. There are some parallels, and maybe that makes me more sympathetic to him. Yes, he's become a monster, and I'm terrified of what he might do, but he's also a wounded American soldier, and I can't forget that. Kenji sits up and looks around, rubbing his eyes. What do we know? What do we do now? She asks. We wait. Together, we just wait. My stomach growls, and I grab my belly and frown. Kenji grins. No, you know what? I'm tired of waiting. I say in a normal voice. I'm going to drive down to Burger King and pick us up some hamburgers. I stand up and reach into my pocket for my keys. Emery gets this horrified look on her face. It's like she thinks I'm serious. Kenji's eyes open wide, clearly freaked out. Then Emery starts laughing. You do that, Biscuit, she says. Mustard, ketchup, and a pickle for me. Hold the onions. Would you like fries with that? I ask. Before she can answer, there's noise from the street. It sounds like someone talking on a bullhorn, but it's so muffled I can't make it out. Stutz stands up and yells at me. You, turn on the TV. I want to see what they're saying. Crap. This sounds like a really bad idea, but I roll the TV on its cart from a spot in the corner and plug it in. I hit the power button and quickly turn down the volume so the static won't wake up the kids who are still managing somehow to sleep. Immediately, we're looking at the front of the school. Great. Alfred, a local reporter, is talking straight into the camera in an end of the world voice that creeps me out. What we have here is an active shooter, she says. A first grade classroom in Lincoln Elementary has been taken over by a gunman who's considered armed and dangerous. As you can see, the area is roped off and the police are on the scene. It's pretty weird hearing someone say it on TV. I glance at Stutz, but he doesn't react. Officials tell us the building has been evacuated, with the exception of 4 classrooms on the hall where the incident is taking place. That section of the building is on lockdown, and no one is allowed to enter or exit. We're told the children are locked in their classrooms with their teachers, and they are reported to be safe at this point. If you are a parent of a child in school, you are asked to stay out of the area. Police need your cooperation to ensure the safety of the children. Parents should report to the back parking lot of Mountain Creek Baptist Church near the school for information and instructions. I believe that's on Dogwood Drive. Stutch watches the screen, and I wonder what's going on in his head. The gunman's been identified as Brian Stutz. Stutz's picture suddenly appears on the screen with his name below. Stutz grunts disapprovingly. Police are questioning the gunman's wife, Silda Stutz, and also a man named Tucker Braden, who has contacted the police after seeing the incident on the news. We are told that Braden served with Stutz in Iraq. Aw, Tucker, Stutz moans. What are you doing? Stay out of this. And if you're just tuning in, I'll repeat. One man is dead, a security guard named Michael Higgins, and a teacher has been injured. A security guard, Michael Higgins, is dead? I knew it on some level, but it slams into me like a Mack truck. I see his face, how it went blank as he gripped his chest and stumbled backward. He looks surprised and hurt and confused all at once. Stutz goes crazy. I didn't touch that, teacher, you tell them. I didn't lay a hand on her. Dang, it's like he didn't even hear that the security guard is dead. Stutz's loud voice wakes Patrick up. The poor kid grips his pillow and starts rocking. Willa Campbell, a first grade teacher at Lincoln Elementary, the reporter continues, has been taken to Hensonville Hospital. We do not currently have information regarding the extent of her injuries. Did Miss Campbell get shot? Rose asks. She slipped from the back of the room and is standing behind us listening. No, sweetie, that's a mistake, Emery tells her. You saw Miss Campbell when Jake carried her out. She's fine. She's not injured. Dang right she's not injured, Stutch rages. Those people always get it wrong. You tell him. He breaks off and goes to the door. You tell him I didn't hurt that teacher, he yells out in the hall. Make them stop saying that. He paces back and forth in the middle of the room, a perfect target if sharpshooters have the right angle from the doorway. A part of me wishes they'd take him out now. Stop this guy from hurting anybody else. But I look at the face of his kid and I know I don't want Patrick to see that. They wouldn't try it with all these kids in the rooms, would they? Anything's possible when you're the breaking news. Emery moves to stand close to me, her face pale. I put my arm around her waist and she lets me. All right, we're ending here on page 190.